to the ribs, hits Hogan a couple times, and takes Hogan down before leaving the ring. I thought it was great. And actually, at this point, we have the crowd chanting Sting, "You suck, you suck." So, they're really bringing on the heel character for Sting. I'm really a big fan about that. I really am. And then we go to the Nash Young promo, setting up Hall and X-Pac. This whole storyline, they come down, they call him out, set up a match for Destination X. Hall says, we're not wrestling unless we get contracts. Bischoff comes over the big screen, says, hey, listen, if you beat Nash and Young, you get TNA contracts. If you lose, you're out. So the match is on. Destination X, Nash Young versus Hall and X-Pac. Whatever. I hope Nash and Young get the win. I'm hoping, but this storyline isn't doing that much for me. But it did not change the momentum of the night, I'll have to say. Then basically all these Army guys come down after commercial. Angle comes out with all these Army guys surrounding the ring. Angle does a promo on Anderson, and basically it's like, hey, when you basically spit on me and crap on me and been taking my dog tags and doing all this stuff, you're doing that to the Army as well, and so Anderson interrupts him from backstage and starts mouthing off, and Angle basically, as he's mouthing off, finds Anderson in the backstage area, beats him up, brings him back to the room, beats him up. Anderson tries to leave, but all the Army guys won't let him, and then it becomes like the Army lumberjacks. As Angle beats him up and throws him out of the ring, the Army men start beating him up too. I thought it was great, interesting segment, and definitely making the promo stronger for their encounter at the pay-per-view. Then we go backstage, and Bubba Love Sponge is trying to say, hey, reason with Hogan not to go on with the match. Earl Hebner asks Hogan for a second chance, and Bubba says give it to him. So now Hebner is now going to referee in the main event. Interesting. I don't know if this, if that was something that really needed to be put into the whole storyline of the night, but whatever. Bringing Earl Hebner in. Let's bring everybody in. We're having a great night. Hogan asks Hebner, if I can't finish the match, or if I'm unable to whatever, I want you to call the match. In the match, if I am unable to continue or whatever. Then for this segment, I thought was the weirdest of the night. The Jeff Jarrett segment. He was talking to Mick Foley, and I guess Bischoff had put him in a match with Beer Money, and he goes and asks Beer Money, did you volunteer? Were you put in this match? They start fighting backstage. Mick Foley tells them to get in the ring. They get to the ring. Foley becomes the referee. It's a back and forth exchange. Foley actually tries to get Jarrett to use the barbed wire bat, which doesn't go down. Another referee pulls it away. Beer Money basically picks up the win over Jeff Jarrett in a handicap match. That to me was a little unusual. I know it was part of Jeff Jarrett's and Bischoff and Mick Foley's storyline, getting bigger and maybe kind of putting over Beer Money. I don't know. I would have liked to see Morgan and Hernandez kind of get involved in that or be a part of that. So setting up their match for Destination X, but that didn't happen. I just thought that was kind of the weirdest one of the night. Hogan assures Brooke, his daughter, that, look, this is the last match of my career. I won't have any other matches after this. And Brooke is okay. So here we go. Main event time. Hogan Abyss, Flair, AJ. I thought the back and forth, we start off with Hogan and Flair. They're in the ring. They're out of the ring. Just back and forth with the two of them. Flair, like, really gets beat down, gets beat in the face. He is bleeding, like his face is gushing blood, Crimson Mask style. I mean, his face was bloody red, and it was pretty awesome. I love when Flair bleeds. It cracks me up, but, you know, it was pretty awesome. Finally, Flair, AJ basically get the upper hand. They're going back and forth on Hogan. Finally, Hogan gets a tag. Abyss gets in. He clears house for a bit, but AJ gets the upper hand. Then all four men end up in the ring, back and forth. Hogan sends AJ to Abyss, who gives him the black hole slam. Abyss hits the pin. Hogan, Abyss have won the match. Altogether, I'm going to give that match 3 stars. It was very interesting, especially with 2 veterans in the match, and the hype all night. Into the match, Desmond Wolfe hits the ring and he attacks Abyss, I guess trying to get that ring he's promised his girl. The ring Hogan gave to Abyss. Poke comes in. He tries to help everybody out. Flair, AJ, Wolfe get the upper hand. Jeff Hardy hits the ring, and he cleans house. So I guess Hardy is part of TNA. I don't know. Is going to make more appearances. I don't know what that was about, but it was exciting. And as we go off the air, it looked like Hardy was about to give AJ the Swanton Bomb. So from the top rope. So all night, it was very exciting. I don't know if they can keep this momentum up every week, but it definitely was a good starting point. I think there is a long way to go, and by any means, I'm not going to say they are in the WWE ballpark yet, okay? But they are in the game. They are in the game, and this was a really good showing for them. Again, you know, there are going to be mistakes. They're not going to hit every mark perfectly, but I think this was a great showing off tonight, or last night, and definitely a pretty good, impact. That's just my opinion. So overall, I'm going to give the show 3 stars. So I got to go watch WWE Raw. I'm sure that it doesn't need to live up to nearly the things that TNA need to live up to. It's got the WrestleMania hype going for them, so they don't need to have as big of a show with what TNA had to do tonight. So I'm gonna watch it. I probably won't review it, but the TNA Monday Night Impact, I'm gonna give a 3 stars. I don't know who won. I'm not here to say who's winning or losing. I'm just saying last night TNA had me hooked. Anyway, thanks for watching me. Subscribe. I'd love to have you. This is what I do. We talk wrestling. Give me your thoughts. Come on, send me some thoughts, comments, whatever. Rate me. I love to be rated. Subscribe. You know, we have fun. Anyway, I'm Dirty D, PWO TV, and I'm out. Peace.